Big changes are coming to Creature Caster. That's right, lots of cool things happening over at creaturecaster.com. It's amazing to see what this company has done since their Kickstarter came out only a few years ago. They are growing leaps and bounds every year, and we just got in this product to show you, and I am so excited. I could not be more proud of any company out there in this hobby space to see them come up from a Kickstarter and continue to put out amazing products and then continuously improve on them. Each release after release after release, you don't have all these issues that we've seen with all other companies. Like, this is a success story, and such great folks. I finally got to meet them this year at Adepticon. Really just awesome people all around. So first big change, they've got these new boxes for all their products. So, which is really cool to see, because before they were doing kind of like the old McDonald's apple pie kind of insert thing where it was like kind of like a little clam pack, but more made out of cardboard. Looks sort of like a deodorant container, if you know what I'm saying. Those are cool, and there was nothing wrong with that. And it's always great to see companies being innovative about their packaging. But I think a box is definitely a way to go. I think y'all can agree with me. And they have different sizes. This one is for their newest release, the King of War. And of course, it's got all the relevant information back here, like what it is. Obviously a product of Canada. Great bunch of folks over there on the west coast of Canada. And man, this is cool. We got UPC pricing. This is ready to go. This is something a game store can buy. I don't know if they're going to be looking at doing wholesale terms, but maybe in the future, this is something that you could find very well on the shelf at your game store in, I don't know, months to years. Now, speaking of the King of War, let's open this bad boy up. So you can tell it's definitely, whenever you order from them, it's going to come very securely packed in a padded mailer right here with all the pieces. I think this is whatever. Safety first, right? So we're just going to try to yoink this open, give you the full unboxing. Okay, so we've got a bunch of resin pieces, not too unexpected right there, although a bag would have probably been a little bit nicer, but it doesn't look like anything's damaged, which is always good. Another big change, as you probably just saw it kind of fall out of the pen. Let me make sure we got everything here. Easy game, easy life. Another big change that you probably already see from your bird's eye view is new Sculpted Bases, a full beveled experience from them, and you can see it's got their new logo. They got new logos and everything. They just rolled this out at Adepticon. Of course, you probably already seen it on their site if you have been keeping up with all their updates. And again, just doing such a good job on all of this stuff. Now, some of it fell off the sprue right here, so we're going to rearrange it and come back and talk. I mean, you can tell, look at the bird's eye view, like the detail, you can see it from way up there in space, in YouTube space. Look at the crisp detail. It's incredible. There it is, all laid out. Again, look at your vantage point from YouTube space. Incredible detail. You can see it from all the way up there, but I'm going to pick out a couple of these pieces just to show you how incredible they are. Now, from, just the look of this, I can already tell, some of the rock formation's going to go around here. The axe is going to be smashing down into this slit right here, and then the legs and stuff are kind of all going to work around there. It looks like some of this is part of a configuration that goes along with the boulders that are kind of smashing up out of the ground. So it's obviously doing the classic Hulk smash kind of into the ground type deal. The torso is going to go together here. You're going to have some hair and stuff going on whichever of these, I guess it's going to go on right here, and then either head is going to go on the front, and then your horns are going to go on the top, and then you got your arm assembly here. Your chain and stuff is going to go wrapped around, I guess it's this fist right here, and then the wing assemblies to get that spectacular detail and that height, as well as the girth, are a two-part mold on this one. We've seen in the past where they did three, but these are a little bit beefier and are definitely a lot more detailed as well. And it looks like it's hot swappable. There's some little studs right here, or it looks like holes. You could either do a pin or perhaps magnetize winged or torn and wingless. So depending on what kind of feel you're going for with this guy, that may be your thing. And then, of course, you've got a little bit of skirting action here for around, kind of like a gladiator style kind of skirt around the belt area. So let's check out some more in-depth detail to some of these parts. Okay, so check out this incredible detail of this base. Like, look at all these skulls that are individually sculpted. I mean, I'm sure some of it's cut and paste, but then they got to be like individually mashed down and put on their sides and all sorts of things. Like this is what I'm talking about when I say these companies, you know, out there growing and becoming better. They've got their logo on the back, but I don't know if it's showing up. Let me tilt it. Yep, there you can see the lines in it right there. So they're doing some sort of 3D rapid prototyping and or printouts to get their masters perhaps, and then casting the resin off that. So their technology has definitely come a long ways from hand sculpts to incredible detail that's just a couple of clicks and a few drags of the mouse away to get an incredible looking base like that, along with amazing looking detail on weapons. Look at this axe. This is freaking like half the size of my hand. It's a little mini squirt gun. Where are my cats at? I need to squirt them with this. No. So, I mean, again, look at the knurling on the axe heft. Like, incredible stuff. All of the detail in here around the edge. Those are all individual marks that will show up when you wash it and put metal. You can individually highlight all of those lines right there. Check this out. I mean, you just don't see detail like this. And we're going to compare it to some other models out there that you may be more familiar with once we get this guy together. Look at all the detail. Look at the detail on the trim. Look at, it's a freaking skull chainmail made out of skulls. Like, who's doing that? Nobody. Creaturecaster, that's who. Like, incredible. And here's the wing. Like I said, it's a little bit beefier than what we've seen in the past with some of the ladies models they've done, but this is no joke, and I like the little assembly they did, even though I can't quite 100% fit it together because of that little piece of flash right there. But we're gonna make that right here in a second when we get this model together. But I mean, look at it. It's just incredible. All the chain work, all of the little veins and facets in the wing flesh itself. They even put a little bit of sprue up here that you're gonna have to remove just to get a good fill on that piece right there from the resin. I mean, it's incredible. Like, they have come a very long ways, and I don't think they are showing any signs of stopping anytime soon. Wow, what an incredible build. Here he is. Now, I'm zoomed in still. That's okay. I just wanted to show you all the detail in its glory in all the spots all over this miniature before we zoom out and compare it to some other miniatures that you might know. But I mean, look at it. Like, have you ever seen, I mean, honestly, this is the most detailed, amazing, just sheer scale 1 to 10. This is a 1. This is my favorite miniature I've ever held in my hands ever. It used to be Mortarion. I was really impressed with how Games Workshop designed their Mortarion Demon Primarch model to go together and hide all the lines and all that stuff, and it was very well detailed. And I've been impressed with other stuff in the past. The new Knight Dominus was definitely a solid 2 in my book. Throw all that out the window. This guy, King of War, aka Angron Ascendant, Angron the Demon, although they can't say that, I can, is now my new number 1, number 2 Mortarion, number 3 Dominus class Titan, Knight Titan from Games Workshop. Now, I mean, this is an incredible thing to be in that same level of detail and that same, mentioned in the same places as a company that is on the millions with an S level. Like, Creaturecaster, like, please be excited as I am for this company, because you just don't see shit like this out there. You don't. And for the affordability price, I think it's around $100 US, I'm going to show you where you can order it here in a second. I mean, it's just incredible. Like, look, it's a freaking chainmail skulls. Like, chainmail skulls. That's all I got to say. Chains around the hand. Look at all this trim back here. Like, I mean, I've been looking at it and I'm like, man, I really want to paint this. They've been after me to paint one for them. I'm looking at this and I'm just like trying to figure out in my head literally how many hours. I mean, this is something that this is a project. Like, this is something you buy and you do it right and you spend the time on it and you have this gorgeous miniature for years and years and years that you can use for any number of things, whether it be just a collectible status to maybe playing it in the tabletop, you know, from whatever game you want. I mean, it's just incredible. Like, this, if this is where they're at in 2018, I can't imagine where Creature Caster's gonna be in the next 6. Oh, well, now you already figured it out. I used blue tack to to hold those in because I didn't want to magnetize it or pin it quite yet. But yeah, you can interchange those out depending if you want to do a magnet or a pin right there. They conveniently drilled 2 little holes, which you could use as pilot holes for your magnets, or to actually just insert with a pin, depending on what you really want to do. But I kind of cheated and used poster tack. Don't tell anybody, because I figured if I'm going to paint it, I'm going to paint it separately. So I didn't want to glue down quite yet. But there it is, amazing stuff. Can't wait to see the next big product for them. But we're not done yet. We're going to zoom out the camera. We're going to compare this to some other miniatures. I'm going to show you where you can order this from. So first up, I know the burning question on everybody's mind, and now I'm going to show you. There is a Games Workshop Bloodthirster. We're not even going to compare the detail level, because I think we're all on the same page here, where you can say, hey, that miniature in resin on the left looks way more detailed than that plastic miniature, which is just the inherent nature of the materials. Plastic will never be as detailed as resin. But I think now you can agree that they are not even on the same astroplane. For $50 less, the resin miniature I'm holding in my left hand is way more detailed, and one heck of a mini more than the miniature I'm holding in my right hand, and would work for the most part as interchangeably as a Bloodthirster. So now you're probably thinking, well, that's all well and fine, but show me the apples to apples. Show me the resin to resin. I got you, fam. No worries. We're going to kick it back to the 2000s, snag up our Angriff. That's not Angron, but now you already know who I'm talking about. Angriff, one of the 4 mightiest Bloodthirsters of our Lord Khorne. Right here. He's so old, I based him with CD-ROMs. Yep, that's right, folks. That's how old school this miniature is. Now, it is resin, and we are comparing it apples to apples, and of course his wing is about to fall off with the blue tack, so let's prevent that from happening. We're going to use our nimble hands here. Oops, something fell off. Oh, it was a little piece of the... Gotta check our glue. Sometimes when we're rushing, we don't make good glue decisions there. But there he is. You can tell head and shoulders, they are about the same. Angriff sells for £249 on Forge World's website. I don't know what that is in American money, but I can tell you it's way more than $100 for the Lord of War I'm holding in my left hand. That is pretty much the same size, to be quite honest. Unfortunately, Angriff is completely overpointed to play in a lot of competitive type games, but for funsies, hey, why not put him on the board? And hey, who doesn't like a Bloodthirster on the board if you're playing Warhammer 40k as well? Both of which are definitely well suited for the King of War himself right here. If you are as excited about this miniature as I am, you owe it to yourself. Go over to creaturecaster.com, scoop you up one right now. They are on order. I think the first 100 gets a really cool little counter gift that I'm going to show you. But before we jump to that, I want to show you, this is their new website. They got a new design website. You can switch between different, well, you can't see it. It's not popping down in my browser here. But here, if I select Canada lands, it changes to Canada lands. So you kind of get the idea of how that works. Here, UK, they even got EU in here. So whatever currency you want to select, so you get the most accurate. And now they have distro in those countries as well. So you should, in theory, get your stuff a lot quicker than just air quotes ordering from North America. I know how that can be for some folks. We feel the same way about ordering from the EU, but we do, because when we see a good thing, we love it, we want it, we gotta have it. So here it is, the King of War 109 US dollars. All sorts of different little pictures of it, but again, we've already showed you most of them. But check this out, apples to apples between the two different heads. They're both very good heads. I applaud their style, and I love the twin gladiator style weapons right there. You can pick from. Again, there's different wing options, which I didn't show you, but let's see if they got a picture of it. Yeah, they do right there with the little wing weapons, or the little wingy stubs right there. You can switch out for the big wings themselves. So scoop this up. Oh, and here's the other free gift, or here is the free gift. They're little counters with the different face plates there, so you can have a resin counter if you want to use them for a particular miniature and keep track of wounds. Well, there it is right there. You'll always know where you stand wound wise with the King of War from creaturecaster.com. Again, check it out, creaturecaster.com. We have a whole slew of miniatures on here. In the link below in the description, it's going to show you all of the different reviews you can judge for yourself. Through all the years of us showcasing these miniatures, this may just be one of the best miniatures ever. It's definitely my number one. and I feel like I've seen and I've touched a lot of miniatures out there. So don't take it from me. Check it out for yourself. You owe it to yourself to check out creaturecaster.com. Amazing, amazing stuff from our friends up north in Canada.